Your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Abe Lemons Arena for the final championship game of the day. It'll be OCU and John Brown University for the Men's Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship today. Conference automatic bid on the line for one of these two teams to punch their ticket to Kansas City in the national tournament. John Brown solidly should be in the field. OCU was, in the latest poll, they were, 33rd maybe, 32nd or 33rd outside the latest conference poll. So looking to try to punch an automatic bid and not have to sweat things out as far as the selection is concerned for the NAIA tournament, which is getting a later start. They're not going to find out whether or not they made the field for another week and a half after this one. So if the Stars are unable to win today, they would be kind of wringing their hands for a couple of weeks maybe, trying to figure out if they're going to Kansas City or not. Stars swept the regular season series with JBU, including a dramatic win here at Abe Lemons Arena, in which John Brown built a 19-point first-half lead, and OCU able to come all the way back and get the win at the buzzer on a coast-to-coast drive by Mark Howell. Put it in with less than a second left. JBU didn't have time to get off another clean shot. OCU took the win. John Brown kind of flipped that script last night in the game against MacU. Fell behind big early, fell behind by 11, worked their way back in, and just kind of a methodic second half for John Brown to get the win over MacU last night. OCU was in a wildly entertaining game with Oklahoma Panhandle State. It was back and forth the whole game, played basically within 5 points of one another. OCU ends up with the win off a key three-point basket by Elijah Chrisman from the left wing with under 30 seconds to play. There was more that happened after that. Chris Williams iced it with some foul shots, but that was the big one. Elijah Chrisman has not missed a three in the conference tournament. He's 9 out of 9 from long distance in the conference tournament with the first two games on the road at Langston and then here yesterday against Panhandle State. He's been fantastic. I expect this one will be highly entertaining as well with OCU and John Brown.
Well, these two teams last met in the conference final in 2013. It's the last time OCU has won this tournament. It's the last time John Brown has even been to the final. So what is old is new again here in 2019.
In that game in 2013, OCU had absolutely no chance at an at-large bid to the national tournament that year. And by winning that game with JBU, they punched their automatic bid. And that was a unexpected result for that OCU team that had dealt with some injuries all year long and got themselves to the national tournament. Didn't win a game in Kansas City, but got the win in the conference tournament that year to punch their ticket in. So OCU technically, I believe, will be the visitors on the scoreboard. They are on their home bench, their normal bench off to our left. It's where the Stars will sit. JBU will be on the visitors bench, but they're in the white uniforms today, the home uniforms, and the regular starters for OCU. There's been one change in the starting lineup from the norm for John Brown, and that is because Brenton Toussaint will not play today. Sustained a knee injury early on in the game last night against MacU, so he's out. Quentin Bailey had an excellent game in his place yesterday. He'll make the start along with Jake Caudle, Rokas Grabliauskas, Ira Perrier, and Josh Bowling. OCU goes with their usual suspects, Chris Williams, Mark Howell, Elijah Chrisman, or rather Eric Watchery, Anthony Davis, and Eric McCollum. So the Stars will be in the blue uniforms, and Eric McCollum will jump center with Quentin Bailey. Robert Burris, Ken Holdman, Mike Yell blow the whistles today. McCollum and Bailey in the center circle. The ball is in the air, and OCU wins the tip. They move from left to right here in the first half of play. Mark Howell takes it to the center of the floor. On the right side, Eric Watchery defended by Caudle. Back around to the left side to Chris Williams. Refuses a screen from Anthony Davis. Bounces it back to Anthony on the wing. Back to Williams it goes. Fakes the shot. Drives to the foul line. Leaning 12-footer. Spun out. No good. Chris got his own rebound and put it up and in.
Williams at least 16 points in both games against John Brown, and last night he was off the mark from the floor, but huge at the free throw line, 11 for 11. didn't let the struggles carry over at the stripe.
Chris is the leading scorer on the season for OCU at 19 a game. John Brown with their first possession. Grabliauskas has it right side, and he is reached in on and fouled by Chris Williams, the first foul against OCU. We had an excellent atmosphere last night, specifically for the John Brown MACU game. Lots of traveling students from both of those schools, and the John Brown students are back today. Quentin Bailey looking for a backdoor cut. It's not there. Hands to Grabliauskas. Now on the wing, Jake Caudle. A quick release three by Caudle. Right side, rattles down. Stars absolutely put the clamps on Caudle in Siloam Springs earlier this season. He hits his first one here. Chris Williams tries a fall-away 18-footer straight away that's no good. Caudle with the rebound, outletting to Grabliauskas. Sends it on the left wing. First touch for Josh Bowling on offense. Up top, Quentin Bailey, 19 to shoot. Into the post, Bowling has it back. Faces up on Anthony Davis, 15 feet away. Now tries to back his way in. Fakes, ducks under, and scores at the rim.
Well, Caudle and Bowling, they combined for 33 a game, but in the two regular season matchups, it was just one or the other who had a big game and the other was quiet. Both never got hot at the same time.
Eric McCollum for OCU hands it to Mark Howell, guarded by Grabliauskas. Drives right, kicks it out right corner. Watchery, 11 to shoot. Back to Howell, down to 8 to shoot. He gets a screen from Anthony Davis. Now explodes to his left, gets into the lane. His layup was blocked, rebounded by McCollum. He puts it in. McCollum was fantastic yesterday against Panhandle State. Not big numbers, but hustling plays for McCollum. He finished with 9 and 9. 5-4, JBU with the lead. This is Josh Bowling on the right side, defended by Anthony Davis. Takes him on the drive to the baseline, pulls up, finds Quentin Bailey in the lane, and he hooks it in. 2.5 minutes gone by, 7-4, JBU in the lead. Anthony Davis throws it to Mark Howell, right corner. Chris Williams rises up for three. It's too hard. And the rebound to Grabliauskas of JBU. Down the right side to Caudle, picked up in transition by Mark Howell. Gets a screen, steps back for three off back rim, and over the top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be OCU ball.
Yeah, last time Caudle stepped on their score, 27 points for John Brown. And again in that game, they led by a ton in the first half, led by as many as 11 with 8 minutes left before OCU's big comeback.
Early appearance for Darion Willies for OCU, the 6'6 junior who struggled through the first semester of play with various injuries, most significantly a back injury that kept him out until about mid-January, but he's been very effective the last month of the season. Mark Howell drives the right baseline, goes all the way underneath to Chris Williams' left corner, whips it inside to Willies, one power dribble, and he lays it in. 7-6, JBU remains on top. Head of the circle, it's Quentin Bailey, defended by Anthony Davis to Caudle, right side, bodied up by Mark Howell. Trips on the dribble, lost the dribble, and it goes out of bounds off Willies, who dove after it. Couldn't control it, and with 15 to shoot, JBU will inbound on the sideline. In it comes to Grabliauskas, to the high post to Bailey, right side. Hands to Caudle off a curl. Now Grabliauskas dumps it inside to Bailey, guarded by Watchery. Double comes, he gets to the middle and hooks it in.
Now, we had Jason Best on with us last night. He said, we need Quentin Bailey to be more aggressive. He's sometimes too unselfish, and the production has jumped up the last few games.
9-6, John Brown. Mark Howell has it way outside left, crossing over on Grabliauskas, bounces it to Chris Williams, down to 13 to shoot. Chris comes up to the top of the circle, now drives it right, goes all the way underneath. Reverse layup is good. Nine to 8, JBU remains on top. Quentin Bailey to Josh Bowling on the right wing, drives on Willies, and Willies is going to be called for a reach-in foul. Team foul 2 on OCU, the first on Darion. Denseer Carnes, Desmond Kennedy check in for John Brown. Josh Bowling, Ira Perrier go out.
Denzier Carnes last night had one of the best games you'll ever see out of someone who had just 3 points. He was outstanding defensively, also finished with 9 rebounds.
He catches the inbound pass in the right corner, defended by Willies, takes him on the drive and called for an offensive foul. That's the first foul on John Brown in the game. It goes on Denzier Carnes. Again, JBU will be working with a shorter bench today without Toussaint.
And if they can get Carnes or Bailey in foul trouble, it's going to be an issue for JBU.
Anthony Davis, head of the circle, throws it on the right side to Eric Watry. Drives toward the baseline with all kinds of traffic there. Kicks it back to Davis. He'll try a three. Spins out, no good. Grabliauskas doubles back for the rebound for John Brown. Chooses not to push the tempo. Dribbling center of the floor on the left side to Carnes. Takes Davis on the drive, turned away. Bounce pass inside to Bailey. Backing in on Willie's. Jump hook is good. Again, Quentin Bailey off to a great start. He's got 6 points and has not missed from the floor, 3 of 3. 11-8, John Brown. Mark Howell has it right side. Drives into a double team. Lost it, got it back. Lost it again. Taken by Bailey. JBU on the run. Desmond Kennedy veers off to the right. Curls it onto the wing. Now drives toward the baseline, turned away. Out to Carnes, back to Kennedy. Looking into the post, but Willie's had Bailey fronted. Now Caudle gets caught in the air, finds Bailey. Back to Caudle, 15 to shoot. He's switched off on by Willie's. Now Kennedy on the right wing, defended by Watry, 10 to shoot. And he throws it away. It was deflected and stolen by Anthony Davis. And the Stars have it up the left side, Chris Williams. Stops and pops for a transition three and hits it. Tie game at 11. Chris Williams has 7 of the 11 points for OCU. Grabliauskas to Quentin Bailey, head of the circle. Guarded by Willies, rips through, and Darion going to be called for a block. That's 2 quick fouls on Darion Willies. That'll send Eric McCollum back into the game, along with Trae Bryant and Joe Clark. Get our first look at Luke Harper for John Brown. The freshman comes in alongside Josh Bowling as well. Grabliauskas and Quentin Bailey go to the bench.
Trae Bryant, 2 really good games against John Brown this year. 20 in the last meeting, 14 and 5 assists to the game at John Brown.
Josh Bowling on the give and go. Kicks it out left corner. Desmond Kennedy nails a 3. JBU goes back up by 3, 14-11. Chris Williams, defended by Kennedy, picks up his dribble, bounces it to Davis, around to the right side, Trae Bryant. Right corner, Joe Clark gets a screen from McCollum, takes it to the foul line, bounces off Caudle, forced up a jumper and banks it off the glass and in. 13:25 to play first half. JBU has a 14-13 lead. Carnes at the top of the circle for John Brown. Looks for a cutter. Instead goes to Bowling left side for 3. That's way off. It's an air ball untouched out of bounds. Elijah Chrisman comes in for the Stars. Anthony Davis is out. Elijah's one of those players, despite being the second leading scorer on the team, much more effective and much more comfortable coming off the bench. McCollum hands to Trae Bryant, skips it left corner, Chris Williams. Shot fake and a drive and a Euro step. He's called for traveling. Second turnover for OCU. Each team has 2 turnovers. (14-13) JBU. Luke Harper on the dribble at the center circle. Lobs it to the right side to Carnes. Tries to drive, cut off, hands to Kennedy on the right wing. 14 to shoot. Bounce pass back to Carnes in the post. Doubled, sends it across the floor to Bowling. Out to Caudle, left side, a contested 3. Spins in and out, no good. And Joe Clark with the rebound for OCU. Trae Bryant in the front court, left side. Veers to his left. Out to Chrisman. Skip it right side, Chris Williams. Fakes the 3 and called for traveling again. Luke Harper, the freshman, will initiate for JBU. His team up 14-13, but there have been a few empty possessions in a row for each team. to Kennedy, well beyond three, crosses over 2 times, pulls up, can't shoot, throws it away. Tried to get it to Jake Caudle, threw it just a little bit wide and out of bounds. That's the third JBU turnover, and OCU has it back. Quentin Bailey, Ira Perrier back in. 12 minutes to play first half, still 14-13. John Brown with the lead. Trae Bryant crosses over, drives left, goes to the baseline, floats it back out to Chris Williams with 17 to shoot. Chris gets a screen from Chrisman, kicks it right side to Joe Clark, drives and dumps it off to McCollum, cutting to the rim, and he lays it in. OCU has the lead back at 15-14. Quentin Bailey beyond three, guarded by McCollum. Hands it off to Perrier, around to Harper on the left side now with 16 to shoot. Takes it to the middle, backs in, and he's called for traveling as he dumped it off to Quentin Bailey on the baseline. Grabliauskas is back in, Luke Harper is out. No one has had more than a 3-point lead here so far. OCU's led by 2, JBU by 3. The Stars lead by 1 at the moment. Trae Bryant gets a double screen to the right side, goes behind the back, steps back, 15-footer is good. A sweet move for Trae Bryant. OCU up 17-14 with 11:02 to play. Bowling up top to Bailey. 20 to shoot. He takes McCollum on the drive, stumbles into the lane and puts it up and in. He still hasn't missed. (17-16) OCU with Chris Williams coming up to the top of the circle, now backing away. Out to the right side to Bryant. Right corner Joe Clark, back to Bryant, cutting to the goal. Up and under layup, no, but a whistle and a late foul is called. We get Perrier for the foul. That is his first, the team's second. It'll be 2 shots for Trae Bryant, who shoots 86%. Trae gets the roll in the first with a soft touch. He's got 3 points. Mark Howell up at the scorer's table to check in if Bryant makes this foul shot. And he does. So Howell is in, Bryant is out. So on the floor for OCU, it's Howell, Williams, Clark, McCollum, and Chrisman. JBU has Grabliauskas, Bowling, Caudle, Bailey, and Perrier. Grabliauskas has it. Right side defended by Howell. Up top to Caudle off a curl for 3. It comes up short. And Elijah Chrisman with the rebound for OCU. Chrisman catches in transition, throws it right side. Chris Williams drives right, guarded by Bowling, puts his shoulder down, now backs away. Good defense by Bowling. Chris tries to drive again, hangs in the air, out to Clark, left corner, 3-pointer. That's too hard. Offensive rebound, Elijah Chrisman fakes, goes up. He's going to be called for traveling. About the 4th traveling violation we've had already between the two teams. 3 of those called on OCU. Stars with a 3-point lead, 19-16 midway through the first half. Eric Watchery replaces Chris Williams for OCU. Jake Caudle gets a break for JBU, and Desmond Kennedy's back in. Grabliauskas to the high post right to Kennedy, turns and faces. Fakes one handoff, flips it to Grabliauskas, coming to the left. Guarded by McCollum on a switch. Now Perrier right side, bounces it inside to Bailey, steps through a double team, tied up, no whistle. Out to Grabliauskas for 3 in the tie. It's spun out no good, and Joe Clark rebounds. JBU would have had the possession arrow anyway, but that sure looked like a simultaneous possession there. No whistle, play on, and now we've got an offensive foul away from the ball on Eric McCollum for an illegal screen. .9:32 left first half, 19-16. OCU with the lead. Josh Bowling to Bailey, top of the circle. One dribble, picks it up, throws it in the lane and threw it away. Tried to get it to Kennedy, threw it behind him. Joe Clark to Eric Watchery, left side. A transition three by Watchery goes. Second made three of the game for OCU. They're 2 of 5. JBU 2 of 7 from long distance. Perrier, left side, defended by Howell. Gets a screen. Flips it back to the screener. Bailey turns to the goal and lays it in again. Quentin Bailey has 10 points on 5 of 5 shooting from the floor.
And he's played the entire game so far. Only averages about 15 minutes per game. Have to keep an eye on that.
Chrisman catches under the goal. Can't convert, but he was fouled. Bailey gets the foul. That is his first and the team's third. Elijah Chrisman at the line. 74% foul shooter. Hasn't scored yet today. Don't believe he's taken a shot. Just the one he was fouled on a moment ago, and he converts the first foul shot. Densier Carnes, Jake Cottle, Luke Harper come in. Rabliauskas, Perrier, and Bowling go out, and Bailey stays on the floor. Elijah's second is also good. Anthony Davis checks in, and Eric McCollum goes out. Luke Harper running point now for JBU. To Bailey beyond 3 on the right side. Flips it to Kennedy. Coming up to the top of the circle. Davis switches on to Kennedy. Continues to dribble on the right wing. Still dribbling with 8 to shoot. Up top to Harper. Around to Cottle left side. Inside it goes to Bailey. Runs over Joe Clark and calls for an offensive foul. So that's 2 on Bailey, and now he'll have to come out. Josh Bowling is in. (24-18) OCU with 8:07 to play first half. Eric Watchery has it up top to Clark. Right side, Howell. Defended by Luke Harper. A backdoor pass intended for Joe Clark. Knocked away by Kennedy. Not a good decision by Howell. JBU has it in the front court. Kennedy in the left corner. Run off the three-point line by Howell. 20 to shoot. And he just lost the ball out of bounds. Trying to drive the baseline. Dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. Good defensive pressure by Howell.
Well, John Brown, they're 9 of 14 from the floor, but that's their 6th turnover. OCU, similar thing, 8 of 14 shooting, but also 6 turnovers.
Elijah Chrisman to Chris Williams, left side, up top to Watchery, around to Howell on the right wing. Looking inside, nobody there. Up top, Davis, back to Howell, 13 to shoot, drives it left, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Watchery, down to 10 to shoot. Chris Williams rises up left corner, shoots for 3, it spun out. Luke Harper with the rebound for JBU with 7:20 to play. Densier Carnes has it on the left side, drives the left baseline, goes to the rim, missed the layup. Watchery the rebound and a foul on Carnes. Now we have an issue with the score. If you're watching the video or following along on the live stats along with the audio feed, you'll see we have a tie game at 21 showing on the live stats, 24-18 on the scoreboard here in the arena. That's going to be an issue because nobody's used to OCU being the visiting team. It's not a good excuse, but that's what it is. Elijah Chrisman, top of the circle, driving it right, has it stripped away out of bounds. I think it went off Elijah's leg. It'll be JBU ball.
That's 2 turnovers for Chrisman, a guy who had just 34 turnovers in 30 games entering today.
Stars lead by 6, 24-18. 6:47 left in the first. Jake Cottle guarded by Watchery. Bounces it to Bowling, right corner. Doubled for a moment. Now picked up by Watry. 13 to shoot. Takes it to the baseline. Shoots a floating 15-footer that's no good. Chris Williams, the rebound. Flips it to Trae Bryant. Stars on the run. Bryant back to Williams' right side. Shot fakes from three. Up top to Chrisman. Around to Bryant. Fakes right. Dribbles left. Cut off. Sends it back to Williams' right side. Drives it toward the baseline. Goes all the way to the rim. Kicks it out to Watry. Extra pass to Bryant. Three-pointer left corner is good. And a timeout OCU. Or did John Brown use a timeout? Stars wanted one, but JBU may have taken one before the officials heard Vinay Patel yelling for one. Either way, it's a full timeout. And with OCU opening up their biggest lead at 27-18, we'll take a timeout and be back in just a moment here from Abe Lemons Arena, the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Pretty balanced scoring all the way throughout the stat sheet so far. Chris Williams, Trae Bryant, each with 7 points for OCU. For JBU, they are led by Quentin Bailey, who is 2 off a career high with 10 points. Has not missed from the floor. Nobody else for John Brown with more than 3. He continues to be on the bench. Caudle catches in the lane, up and under layup. Good, and a foul called. +1 for Jake Caudle. Chris Williams gets the foul, and that's 2 on Chris Williams with 6:04 left to play in the half. Caudle at the foul line, an excellent foul shooter, hits the shot. He's got 6. 27-21 is the OCU lead with 5:58 to play in the first. Mark Howell gets a screen toward the left side. Left corner it goes to Bryant. Trae dribbling against Perrier. Back out near midcourt to Howell. 15 to shoot. Defended by Caudle. Up top to Davis. Pass fakes. Now throws it on the right wing to Watry. 10 to shoot. Watry doubled. Now left alone to cast a 3. It's too hard. It rolls on the top of the backboard, but secured by Grabliauskas, and JBU on the run. Grabliauskas picked up by Mark Howell on the right side. Right corner to Harper. Looks for a cutter. None is there, so he takes it out to the wing. Around to the left side to Caudle. Shot fake. Runs into Watry, and Eric going to be called for a blocking foul. That is his first, team foul 6. So it's a side-out situation on team foul 6 for John Brown. Caudle inbounds to Harper, defended by Trae Bryant. To the high post left to Josh Bowling. Hands it off to Caudle. Goes all the way over to the right wing. Picks it up. Behind him to Grabliauskas, 10 to shoot. Takes it to the left side, down to 7 to shoot. Defended by Anthony Davis. Backs away with 4 to shoot. Crosses over, drives left to Perrier with 1 to shoot. He gets it off. It's too short from 3, and the rebound to Mark Howell. Mark races into the front court on the right side, picked up by Harper. Takes it to the middle, goes right to the rim, and lays it in. First basket for Mark Howell in the game makes it 29-21 with 4:44 left. Josh Bowling to Perrier, way outside left, defended by Howell. Sends it out to Bowling, fakes the 3, takes 1 dribble, bounces it to Grabliauskas, right corner. He takes it to the elbow, out to Harper, 10 to shoot. Drive and kick to Caudle, open 3, top of the circle, off a curl for Jake Caudle. He knocks it in. (29-24). OCU by 5. Mark Howell way outside right, defended by Perrier. On the wing to Bryant, right low post to Davis, defended by Caudle. A double awaits with Bowling, and Davis runs over Caudle and commits an offensive foul. You can see that coming a mile away. Just his first, team foul 7.
I think Anthony Davis, the only person in the building who can't believe that was called an offensive foul. A very easy call for the official.
McCollum is in, Davis is out. Benjamin Smith will check in for John Brown, replacing Josh Bowling.
Now, Smith was a guy who's part of the regular rotation for the last few years, but has had his minutes cut quite a bit this year. And, well, this is a pretty big spot, to say the least.
He has it, top of the circle. Takes a dribble, picks it up. On the right side to Grabliauskas, 18 to shoot. Takes it up to the top of the circle, hands it off left wing. Kennedy, open three, is online and good. So JBU right back within 2. The Stars had taken a 9-point lead about 2.5 minutes ago. 3-point play, a couple of 3-point shots, and John Brown's back in it. Elijah Chrisman to Mark Howell left side, takes it up to the top. Now McCollum on the right wing, hands to Watry, 14 to shoot. Up top to Chrisman, left side Joe Clark, down to 10 to shoot. Back to McCollum with 8 to shoot. Hands it to Watry. Cass, a contested 3, was knocked down without a whistle. He can't believe it. And the rebound to Ira Perrier on the run. JBU can tie or take the lead. Grabliauskas left all by himself for 3 off front rim, no good. Long rebound tumbles to Joe Clark at the foul line for OCU with 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, a couple extra dribbles for Grabliauskas. Hated the defender to get a bit closer to him. Had a much more open look at first.
Mark Howell dribbles all the way over to the right wing. Goes behind the back, gets into the lane, jump passes to Clark, left corner. Joe tries for 3, way too hard. Rebound goes out of bounds off McCollum. It'll be JBU ball. There is something about that left corner on that end of the floor that is throwing off every shooter's depth perception in this tournament. Seen more air balls from that corner in the last 2 days than maybe all year. (29-27) OCU with the lead. Jake Caudle to Desmond Kennedy, defended by Joe Clark, 15 to shoot. Back to Caudle left side, splits a double team, gets into the lane, goes right to the rim and scores. Tie game at 29 with 2:19 to play in the half. Mark Howell attacks, dumps it off for McCollum. It was deflected back to Howell, and it goes out of bounds off JBU. Trae Bryant will check in. Mark Howell will come out. Bryant will be the inbounder, right baseline underneath. Comes into Watry in the right corner. Out top to Clark with 20 on the shot clock. Joe drives right, kicks right corner. Watry, three-pointer, way too hard, and air ball strong. And the rebound to Ira Perrier down the right side to Jake Caudle. Caudle explodes to the goal, layup good at the rim. And a steal by Kennedy on the inbound, and he puts it up and in. OCU has completely fallen apart in the last 4 minutes. JBU is up 4, 33-29. Here's Bryant for 3. That's way off. And rebounded by Harper.
And one of John Brown's biggest strengths. They are so unflappable. Just a great demeanor across the board, top to bottom on the roster, certainly showing it right now.
Benjamin Smith tries a 3 straight away. It's no good. And Joe Clark with the rebound. Smith 4 out of 21 from 3 on the year. Down to 1:10 to play in the half. Trae Bryant drives it to his right. Kicks it into the left corner to Watry. One dribble, pull up 15-footer, rolled off. Luke Harper with the rebound for John Brown. Stars have not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes. Caudle off to Kennedy, pump fakes, one dribble, three-pointer, good, and a foul called. Potential 4-point play for Desmond Kennedy.
15-0 run, and it might be 16 pending the free throw.
Now that's a great play by Desmond Kennedy, but here's the deal. He kicked his foot out. An unnatural basketball shot. He kicked his foot out, drew the contact, and he is rewarded with a foul shot on the first foul by Elijah Chrisman.
And Vinay Patel chatting with the official, I think, kind of referring to that shot where Watry went down on his three-pointer, got no call, said, hey, it's got to go both ways.
37-29, a huge run by JBU to end the half. 42 seconds left. Trae Bryant to McCollum, around to Chrisman. He'll try a three head of the circle, and he still hasn't missed in the tournament.
Matches his jersey number, 10 for 10, unbelievable.
37-32, John Brown, a 30-second timeout taken by OCU. That stops the run, what'd you say, with 16-0 run by JBU before that three by Elijah Chrisman. Elijah now with 5 points in the game. JBU blistering from the floor at 60%, 15 of 25. OCU at 12 of 25. John Brown's made 5 threes, OCU 4. Neither team has missed from the foul line. John Brown 2 of 2, OCU 4 of 4. About a 5-second difference game to shot clock for John Brown. Luke Harper guarded closely by Trae Bryant. Continues to dribble with 16 to shoot out near midcourt. Bryant threatening to poke at it, but so far hasn't. Harper crosses over, sends it top of the key to Caudle, drives it right, gets to the baseline, shoots around McCollum, missed, and a foul on the rebound on Benjamin Smith for coming over the back. That's just team foul 5 on John Brown, so no foul shots for OCU. They have 10 seconds to play, bringing it the length of the floor. Mark Howell is in. He inbounds for Trae Bryant, who picks it up with 9 seconds, across midcourt with 7 seconds. Veers to the left, comes to the middle with 4 seconds, goes behind the back, tries to attack, lost it, got it back. Foul line jumper, good at the halftime buzzer for Trae Bryant. So Bryant ends up being the leading scorer in the half for OCU. He's got 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting. JBU has 3 players in double figures. Jake Caudle, Desmond Kennedy, and Quentin Bailey all have double figures for JBU at halftime, and the Golden Eagles lead the Stars 37-34 at the halftime break. We'll take a timeout. Look at the first half numbers in just a moment from Abe Lemons Arena. This is the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game from Oklahoma City.
Hey, what's up? Holla at ya, boy. XOXOXO. You getting these texts? Question mark. Where are you? What are you doing? OMG, you are making me mad. You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Begin by finding a comfortable, relaxed position. Let out whatever stress is in your body. It could be from the time you left your daughter's blouse in the dryer too long and it shrunk 4 sizes, or when you donated her private diary to the public library, or when you thought chaperoning the school dance meant actually dancing in the school dance. Whatever it is, let it go. The fire you started with that experimental dinner, let it go. The time you drove away from the gas pump with the gas pump, let it go. 3, very relaxed. 2, there you go. 1.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
A back-and-forth affair in the first half between the Stars of Oklahoma City and the Golden Eagles of John Brown. JBU has the lead at halftime, 37-34, here in the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game from Abe Lemons Arena. Individually, Jake Caudle leads all scorers with 13 points. He's 5 of 9 from the floor and 2 of 5 from three-point range. Desmond Kennedy has not missed a shot. 4 of 4 overall. 3 of those are threes. He's 1 of 1 at the foul line, completing a 4-point play on one of those occasions. He's got 12 points, and Quentin Bailey has not missed from the floor, 5 out of 5 for 10 points. Only other player to score in the first half was Josh Bowling. He had 2, only shot 3 attempts in the first half for his 2 points. Bowling also did not have a rebound in the first half, which is odd. OCU a slim rebound edge at 12-11. Rokas Grabliauskas and Luke Harper each have 3 rebounds for JBU. Ira Perrier 2. Couple others with 1. 3 assists apiece for Josh Bowling and Rokas Grabliauskas. 4 other players with 1. Desmond Kennedy has 3 steals for JBU. Quentin Bailey has 1. As a team, JBU with 4 steals, 6 turnovers, 10 assists on 15 made baskets, 15 of 26. 57.5% shooting for John Brown, 5 out of 13 on threes, and 2 of 2 at the foul line. For OCU, a little bit more balanced as far as the scoring is concerned for the Stars. Trae Bryant has 9. Chris Williams has 7, picked up 2 fouls midway through the first half and had to sit down after 11 minutes. 5 points for Elijah Chrisman, 4 for Eric McCollum, 3 for Eric Watry, and 2 each for Mark Howell, Joe Clark, and Darion Willies. Joe Clark is the leading rebounder with 4. Williams and Chrisman each have 2 for the Stars. Clark has 2 assists to lead that category. McCollum, Williams, Howell, and Watry each have 1. Anthony Davis has a steal for OCU. The Stars just 1 steal as a team. No blocked shots. They have 9 turnovers, 6 assists on 13 made baskets. 13 of 26 from the floor, 50%. 4 out of 13 from three-point range, and 4 of 4 at the foul line. JBU leading points in the paint, 18-16. OCU led points off turnovers, 7-5. Second chance points, 4-0 in favor of the Stars. Fast break points, 6-2 in favor of OCU. And the Stars bench outscored the Golden Eagles bench 21-12. We have had just 2 ties and 3 lead changes, but each team has had a significant lead. JBU by 8, OCU by 9. Both of those have been able to be erased as JBU leads by 3 here at halftime. They led for 9 minutes. OCU led for 10 minutes, and the game was tied for 1 minute of the first half. So it's been an entertaining first half in the men's championship game, just like it was in the women's championship game. Wayland Baptist able to pull away in the fourth quarter from OCU, the host team, and Wayland takes the conference championship on the women's side. Both of those teams, OCU and JBU, by virtue of winning the conference tournament championship and the regular season championship, one each. Each get an automatic bid to the national tournament. They would have both been in regardless of postseason situation anyway. OCU trying to play their way off the bubble, try to secure their spot in the national tournament by winning the tournament today. John Brown looking for another feather in their cap for this year. They have been extremely consistent all year long at the top of the conference standings. Finished as the number 2 in the conference standings at the end of the year. Looking to win the conference tournament here today. They lead 37-34. That's our halftime score, about 7 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll be back for that after a brief timeout here from Abe Lemons Arena and the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament.
Ever wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course. This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate, so discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Getting your child home safely.
Tap your views together 3 times.
Is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, I finally improved my credit score.
What? The band is about to be discovered. Rock gods don't need to worry about credit scores. We're supposed to think about how many guitars we've smashed, make ridiculous on-tour requests, tragically break up and blame creative differences.
Yeah, I'm not banking my retirement on a band that's never left your garage.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Alabama Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Go, Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's true, I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
So obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff. But still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
So, who's going to do what? Flashlights?
Nowhere to be found.
Emergency supply kits?
Not packed.
What about blankets?
We have an old towel.
Cell phones?
May not work.
Emergency water?
Not a drop.
Perfect. We all know where we're meeting if we're separated.
The library. On Jones' house. The bus stop.
And I'll be waiting here wondering where you all are. Great. It sounds like we don't have a plan.
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a
bear sighting?
Location.
In the forest near the side of the road.
No need for alarm, sir. The forest is where bears live.
But this was no ordinary bear.
No ordinary bear?
Yeah, 1 second I'm having a smoke taken in the view. Next thing I know, I am face to face with Smokey Bear.
Let me guess, Smokey had a tip for you.
He did. He must have seen me toss my cigarette on the ground. He told me never to do that because it only takes one spark to start a wildfire.
He's a smart bear. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means not. Smokey's famous, and you're not.
Good point.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Oklahoma Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. Every day I wake up at 5 to give Dad his medicine. At 6 I make his breakfast. At 7 I shower. Every day I wake up
For those caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back for the start of the second half here at Abe Lemons Arena. Andrew Himes, Alex Friedman here with you on Championship Saturday in the Sooner Athletic Conference. And John Brown with a 3-point lead at halftime, 37-34 on OCU. It was a first half of runs. Stars got out to a 9-point lead. JBU got out to an 8-point lead with a 16-0 run to reverse their fortune in the first half. OCU able to close to end the half down to just a 3-point game. How about the performance by Quentin Bailey so far, backing up his excellent game from last night by going 5 for 5 for 10 points.
Yeah, played the first 10 minutes consecutively, sat the final 10 minutes, mentioning he only averages about 15 minutes per game. Was really starting to huff and puff there, but certainly got a nice rest as we start the second half.
Original starting 5 out there for both teams. Caudle off a curl, kicks to Bowling left side, drives the baseline, spins to the middle. Jump hook is good for Josh Bowling. (39-34). Anthony Davis will try a 3 straight away. That's too hard. Rebound to Ira Perrier of John Brown. Outletting to Grabliauskas. He attacks the left side, goes right to the rim, and lays it in. Away from Eric McCollum, who tried to swipe it off the glass. Grabliauskas has his first 2 of the game, and JBU's lead is right back up to 7. Watry, left side, takes it to the middle, to the foul line, bounces it to a cutter. Davis missed the layup. Offensive rebound, McCollum, he puts it in. McCollum with 6 points. That was just his second rebound of the game. Quentin Bailey, head of the circle, defended by McCollum. Hands it off to Bowling. Switched off on by McCollum. With 17 to shoot, he picks up his dribble. To Perrier. Right side, dribbles up to the top of the circle. Around to Bowling left side. Shot fakes, drives into the lane. Running jumper, no good, but he was undercut by Anthony Davis, and he'll have 2 shots on AD's second foul. 2 shots for Josh Bowling, who's one of the best foul shooters in the country, shoots 90%. And he makes the first.
Again, it's an unorthodox shot, both at the free throw line and on his jump shot, but it works for him.
He is number 2 in the NAIA in free throw percentage, and he makes the second as well. Puts the lead back up to 7 for JBU at 43-36 with 18:38 to play. Eric Watry guarded by Caudle, bounces it to Davis straight away, hands it back for Watry, and a reach-in foul called on Jake Caudle. Not much there. Gets his first and the team's first of the half.
Caudle and Bowling, the bedrock of this program, four-year players, and certainly both productive, but their personalities during the game are so different. Caudle really emotional. Bowling is steady and low pulse as it comes.
Mark Howell on the right side, drives into the lane, backs away, leans in, 7 to shoot to Anthony Davis on the block, backing in with 4 to shoot, spins to the baseline, jump hook, missed it way short, and Josh Bowling with the rebound. 2 minutes into the second half, JBU has built the lead up to 7. Bowling drives and is fouled by McCollum on the drive.
And it was a quiet first 20 minutes for Bowling, but boy, what an impactful first 2 minutes he has had to start this half.
Second foul on McCollum. So the Stars have Merrick McCollum, Anthony Davis, Chris Williams, and Darion Willies with 2 fouls each. Inbound comes into Bowling, bounces it to Caudle, left side, hands it back to Bowling, defended by Watry. Rips through and comes to the top of the circle, crosses over left, backs in, bounces it to Perrier 15 feet away, drives in the lane, dumps it off for Bailey, fakes, goes up, missed the shot, but he was fouled by McCollum. That's 3 on Scooter McCollum, and it'll be foul shots for Quentin Bailey. Now, he's not been a good foul shooter on the year, just 53%, but I wouldn't put it past him to make a couple here with the way he's been shooting the ball in the tournament. And he spins in the first. Darion Willies is in for OCU. Dinsir Carnes is in for John Brown. One more for Bailey. And he makes that one as well. He went 2 for 2. He's got 12 points. That equals his career high. JBU has built their biggest lead up by 9, 45-36.
I'm a little surprised Bowling goes out, especially with McCollum now out. We'll see if he gets back in the game here quickly.
Darion Willies hands it off to Mark Howell. Mark drives left, continues to go left, up and under layup, missed. He didn't want to shoot, but he had no other option, and rebounded Quentin Bailey. That is his first rebound of the game. JBU can take a double-digit lead on this possession. Bailey, top of the circle. Dribbles right, hands to Caudle. Back inside for Bailey. Double, dumps it off for Carnes. Makes the catch in traffic and lays it up and in. Three times in conference play, OCU has come back from more than 10 down to win. They'll have to do it again if they want to win the championship today. Watry for 3 right side. He nails it. Off a scramble situation, loose ball collected by Williams and sent to Watry in the right corner, and OCU uses a 30-second timeout. That's the second made 3 for Eric Watry in the game. It's 47-39 JBU.
Well, they led by as many as 11, starting the half on a 10-2 run. Before that, Watry 3. And mentioned it before, led by as many as 11 in the second half when they played here earlier this year. But OCU able to battle back and win. Again, culminated in that buzzer-beating coast-to-coast layup by Mark Howell.
16:50 to play in this one. JBU with a 47-39 lead.
And we asked Coach Jason Best about that last night. He said, look, that is one of the things that we have not been the best at, is closing out games in the second half. Not only the big lost lead here, had a very similar situation happen at home against Panhandle State in mid-February.
Jake Caudle on the right side. Drives it left, gets into the lane, goes right to the rim, missed the layup. Rebound tapped off the glass and secured by Anthony Davis of OCU. Trae Bryant up the right side to Chris Williams. Reverse it over to the left now to Watry. 20 to shoot, defended by Caudle. Center of the floor to Williams. On the right side, Trae Bryant. Up top to Willies, hands it back to Bryant. Cutting left, goes behind the back, steps back at the elbow. To the right corner to Davis, 10 to shoot. Takes it out to the wing, bounces it to the baseline for Willies. Turns and faces on Bailey. Sends it into the left corner, Watry. Out to the left side, Trae Bryant. Pump fakes, one dribble, three-pointer at the shot clock buzzer. They call it a 2 for Trae Bryant, but he has another buzzer-beating shot. He hit one at the end of the first half, and he hits another there.
He's been huge for OCU today.
Bailey to Carnes, right side, fakes the 3, drives in, kicks to Perrier, right corner. Around to Caudle, left side. Pump fakes, 2 dribbles. Pull up 18-footer, head of the circle. Back rim, no good. Tip by Perrier, won't go. And the next rebound taken by Anthony Davis. Up the floor quickly to Chris Williams. Left side, steps back. Long jumper off front rim, no good from 2-point range. Nothing but John Brown underneath to rebound. 47-41, JBU by 6. Caudle on the drive, left side, lost the ball on the baseline, scooped up by Watry. He shoves it out to Chris Williams, who gets it to Trae Bryant, who immediately throws it away to Grabliauskas in the front court. On the right side, wide open 3 by Caudle is too short. Long rebound falls right back to him. Out top of the circle, Grabliauskas tries for 3. That won't go. And the next rebound one-handed by Darion Willies, and he'll settle it down for OCU.
OCU can exhale deeply after that. 2 naked looks for both Caudle and Grabliauskas, and both a bit short.
Chris Williams left side, up top to Watry. Right wing Trae Bryant, who's had the hot hand for OCU today. He gets it back, defended by Caudle. Over to the left side, Chris Williams down to 7 to shoot. Now Watry in the corner, drives the baseline, kicks it across to Willies. Out to Davis, 2 to shoot. He'll try a 3 at the shot clock. Buzzer, he knocks it in. And it's back down to a 3-point game at 47-44.
And an 8-0 run by the Stars.
Quentin Bailey, top of the circle, bounces it into Carnes, lost control for a moment, got it back, out to Perrier, skips it to Grabliauskas left corner, run off the 3-point line by Chris Williams. Throws it inside to Bailey, spins to the baseline, and is fouled by Anthony Davis. That's 3 on Anthony Davis, 4 on OCU in the half. And Quentin Bailey, who hasn't missed a shot today, will shoot 2 more foul shots. He was 2 for 2 on his last trip to the foul line, shoots the first here, and spins it out, no good.
First missed free throw by either team today.
Kennedy and Harper come in for JBU. Josh Bowling will check in if Quentin Bailey makes this foul shot. Elijah Chrisman is in for OCU. Bailey's foul shot is on the way, off back rim, no good, and Watry rebounds, so he evens out his percentages. Went 2 for 2 last time, goes 0 for 2 this time. Still a 3-point John Brown lead with 13:55 to play. Trae Bryant to the right corner to Watry, rises up, shoots for 3 and nails it. Tie game. Luke Harper, top of the circle to Bailey for JBU. Fakes the pass, drives it left, picks it up. Sends it right corner, Kennedy. Pump fakes, now a drive to the elbow, slips, gets it out to Harper. 14 to shoot. Harper takes it into the lane, shoots a floating hook, and it's good. And a blocking foul called, +1 for Luke Harper. And it was Darion Willies who was in the restricted area, picking up his 3rd foul. So all 3 OCU post players have 3 fouls. That's the first basket of the day for Luke Harper. It gives his team the lead back and puts a halt to the OCU run.
So John Brown starts on a 10-2 run, then an 11-0 run by OCU before the bucket by Harper.
And Harper misses the foul shot. He was 87% on the year before this game. 33 of 38, now 33 of 39 on the season. It's a 2-point JBU lead. Watry over to the left side to Williams, crosses over, driving right, and he's going to be hand-checked by Harper. That's Harper's first. Just team foul 2 on JBU with 13:10 to play, and the Stars are going to have to start alternating post players for a while. McCollum is in, Willies is out. Got all 3, McCollum, Willies, and Anthony Davis with 3 fouls. Trae Bryant, the inbounder, right baseline underneath into Chris Williams. Guarded by Kennedy, takes him on the drive to the baseline, runs into a defender and a blocking foul on Luke Harper. It'll be 2 shots for Chris Williams. Harper was a split second late getting there. Chris Williams was fantastic at the free throw line yesterday. 11 of 11. He makes the first one here.
Yeah, it's the first time Williams has scored. Got off to a really quick start. But first time he has scored since there was Now 4 minutes into the game.
He missed the second foul shot, rolled it off, no good, and JBU rebounds. So John Brown keeps the lead at 49-48 with 13 minutes to play. Carnes defended by McCollum on the right side. Harper takes it to the elbow, jump passes to Caudle, head fake and a drive out to Harper, top of the circle. He shoots a high arcing three that's no good. Offensive rebound to Carnes, slapped away from him by Bryant. He saves it to Kennedy. Kennedy has it with 25 to shoot in the left corner. A no-look pass to Bowling on the right wing, defended by Chris Williams. 20 on the shot clock as he backs his way in. Now retreats, sends it out to Kennedy on the right wing, 15 to shoot. Guarded by Trae Bryant. Comes to the middle, picks up his dribble to Harper left side. Drives it left to the elbow. Puts his head down, lost the ball out of bounds, but it's off OCU last. It'll be JBU ball with 8 to shoot. Harper will inbound for John Brown. And it comes to Caudle in the corner, out to Bowling, 6 to shoot. Fakes a handoff, drives to the baseline, 3 to shoot. Shoots a fall-away 15-footer and hits it. Josh Bowling has 8 points. It's 51-48, John Brown. 12:05 to play. Watchery way outside right, defended by Caudle. Hands it to Trae Bryant. Bryant drives right, splits a double team, and a blocking foul going to be called on Luke Harper. I thought they might get Denseer Carnes for that foul. Instead, they got Harper for his third. Quentin Bailey, Rokas Grabliauskas back in for John Brown. Chris Williams, the inbounder, and it comes to Bryant in the right corner. Back up top to Williams. Rises up, shoots for 3, and hits it head of the circle. And a timeout, OCU. Tie game at 51. This is a full timeout taken by OCU. Midway through the second half. We'll take a timeout as well. A tie game at 51. Back in a moment, OCUsports.com.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Uh-huh.
Well, I noticed dry brush where we wanted our bonfire and suggested we move it. Then Smokey Bear showed up and hugged me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. Just letting you know you did good.
Hey, guys, that was Smokey. You owe me 20.
Well, congratulations, and thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
I can't believe it. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet. Pass the ball, pass the ball. Just pass the ball. Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more. Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back underway from Abe Lemons Arena here in the conference championship game. It's a tie game at 51 with 11:45 to play. JBU with the ball. Bailey nearly threw it away, got to Bowling. It was deflected by Elijah Chrisman. Bowling fakes a dribble handoff to Caudle, keeps the dribble alive, and bounces it inside to Bailey. Backing in on McCollum, who has 3 fouls. Turns, shoots a jump hook. McCollum did not touch it last. My goodness. I think he's going to get overruled. He shot it right into Eric McCollum, and yeah, that's the right call. It went off McCollum's hand out of bounds. Pretty fortunate for OCU that Eric wasn't called for a foul. Now they're going to have to look at the shot clock. Because basically Quentin Bailey just offered Eric McCollum a blocked shot, and it went untouched out of bounds after he pushed it through McCollum's hand. So what is the shot clock situation? What they cannot do is put it at 30.
That we know.
So the 2 officials go over to talk to scoreboard operator and official scorer. Seven will be on the shot clock for John Brown. Grabliauskas will inbound, left baseline underneath. Lobs it into Bowling, hands it back to Grabliauskas, 5 to shoot. Up top, Cottle gets a screen, steps back, hands to Kennedy. A desperation three. He's going to miss everything. Mark Howell got the rebound before the shot clock went off. Stars have it in a tie game. Watchery up top to Chrisman, around to Mark Howell on the right side. 11-11 to play in a tie game. Now on the right side, Chris Williams takes it to the baseline, goes all the way underneath and throws it away out of bounds. Tried to get it to Watchery on the wing. He had gone to the corner. Turnover number 10 by OCU, the fourth by Chris Williams. Still a tie game at 51, inside of 11 minutes to play now. Grabliauskas throws it inside to Bailey. Backs into the middle, left-hand jump hook is good. He's got a career-high 14 points. He has not missed from the floor. He actually made that a little more difficult than he needed to. If he'd spun to his right, he had a wide-open layup. Who needs that? Mark Howell spins into the middle, kicks it back to Chris Williams. Across the floor to Chrisman. Hands it to Watchery, left side, gets a screen from McCollum. Sends it back to Elijah, left side, rises up for three, and he hits it again! Elijah still has not missed in the conference tournament. He's 2 of 2 today from three-point range, and OCU has the lead at 54-53. Bowling hands it to Kennedy for JBU. Comes up to the top, crosses over, driving left, dumps it off inside for Bailey, and he lost it. He was tied up. They're going to get a foul on OCU, I think. A reach-in foul. Who's it on? Going to be on Elijah Chrisman. His second, 6-team foul. Grabliauskas will be the inbounder. Well defended by OCU. They have to lob it in, and it's stolen by Chris Williams. 1-on-2. Chris hesitates and is fouled by Kennedy. Just tried to lob it in, kind of a safety play, but the lob was too high from Grabliauskas, intended for Bailey, and Chris Williams cut in front of it. And he'll shoot two. He's 1 for 2 at the foul line today, has 11 points. Makes a first. Makes the second as well. He's got 13 points. Trae Bryant is in. So is Joe Clark for the Stars. Mark Howell and Eric Watchery get a break. Bailey almost lost the dribble, hands it to Cottle, head fakes, and a drive to his right, high steps. We'll have a reach-in foul committed by Joe Clark. It's just the first on Joe, but that's 7 team fouls, and these are free points. You send Jake Cottle and also Josh Bowling to the line. Might as well go ahead and put them on the scoreboard. Those guys are pretty much automatic. Cottle shot 1 foul shot today. He made it. He's got a 1-and-1 here. And he makes it. 14 for Jake Cottle. 9:51 to play. And he hits the second. I believe that's his first 2 points of the second half. Makes it a 1-point game at 56-55. Trae Bryant goes over to the left side, throws it back top of the key. Chrisman, three-pointer. It spun off no good. His first miss of the conference tournament.
Didn't miss by much either.
Grabliauskas into the front court to Perrier, back to Grabliauskas. Drives the left baseline, goes all the way to the rim, and he's fouled by McCollum. That'll be 4 on Eric McCollum. So now it's Anthony Davis' turn with 9:24 left to jump off the bench to check in. And Rokas Grabliauskas, 75% at the foul line. 2-shot opportunity makes the first.
It was Grabliauskas at the line with 6 seconds left in a tie game here earlier this year. Missed the first, made the second, and it eventually has set up the game-winning play for OCU.
He can give his team the lead with a made foul shot here. It's on the way and good. And JBU goes back up 57-56. .9:17 to play. Joe Clark takes it out to the left wing, skips it over to Chrisman right side, hands to Bryant, back to Chrisman right corner, jab steps, back around to Williams, fakes the shot, tries to split a double team, knocked away by Caudle, stolen by Bailey. Back up the floor to Caudle, no numbers for JBU, so Caudle will curl it back out. Grabliauskas open left side for three. It's spun halfway down and out. Joe Clark with the rebound and a touch foul on Dinsir Carnes. For Carnes, his third, sixth team foul. Bryant, Williams, Chrisman, Davis, and Clark for OCU. Perrier, Grabliauskas, Caudle, Carnes, and Bailey for JBU. Williams, top of the circle, has been quiet in the second half. Lost the dribble for a moment. Picks it back up near midcourt. Down to 14 to shoot. Chris crosses over, stumbles, steps back. Out to Clark, 10 to shoot. Up top, Elijah, shut down on the three-point line, drives it right, high steps, goes to the rim, missed the layup. It was altered by Bailey, who came over and helped defense, and Grabliauskas with the rebound. Carnes, top of the circle for John Brown. To Bailey, well beyond three, defended closely by Chrisman. On the wing back to Carnes, 16 to shoot. Pass into the post, tipped away from Caudle, stolen by OCU. Then it's batted away from Williams and goes out of bounds off JBU on the baseline. That was a weird sequence there. JBU wanted a foul on Joe Clark for coming over. Jake Caudle's back on the deflection. Then Chris Williams scooped it up, had it poked away from behind. JBU was the last to touch it. They gave chase to the Stars baseline but couldn't get it from going out of bounds. It'll be OCU ball. Into Chris Williams in the left corner. Drives the baseline, out to Clark. Joe attacks, driving right, splits a double team, lays it in. Foul called, +1 for Joe Clark. Jake Caudle gets the foul, his second. That's team foul 7. So one shot for Joe Clark on a +1, and from here on out, the rest of the 8 minutes, both teams are in the bonus. Clark does not get the roll on the foul shot. He does give his team the lead on the made field goal. Just a 65% foul shooter. Couldn't convert that one. OCU's up 58-57. Deflection at midcourt, stolen by Joe Clark. A 3-on-3 Blake. Here's the trailer. Chris Williams pump fakes, one dribble, three-pointer, spun out. Offensive rebound, Elijah Chrisman powers it back up and missed the follow shot. Rebound to Bailey of JBU. 7.5 to play. Caudle defended by Clark, gets the screen, pulls up, fakes the three, leans in, Davis defends, out to Harper, into the corner, Perrier left side, drives the baseline, cut off by Williams, 13 to shoot. Sends it over to the right side, wide open, Jake Caudle, three-pointer, short. Joe Clark almost lost the rebound off his foot, but it was recovered by Trae Bryant. Bryant into the front court, bounces it to Clark left side, over to the right wing now Chris Williams, hands to Elijah Chrisman, back to Clark left side, guarded by Harper. Corner Trae Bryant, left low post Anthony Davis, runs into a defender, offensive foul on Anthony Davis, he's got 4.
I'm not sure about that. Looked like Carnes was still sliding over.
So Anthony Davis and Eric McCollum each have 4 fouls. Darion Willies comes back in, he's got 3. Still a 1-point OCU lead at 58-57, 6:49 to play. Harper crosses over, drives it left, gets to the elbow and drug his pivot foot, traveled. Turnover number 12 for JBU. OCU's turned it over 13 times. Rokas Grabliauskas is back in after a short break, and Luke Harper goes back to the bench. Stars with the ball in the front court. Williams bounces it to Clark, to the right side to Chrisman. Hands it in the right corner to Howell, 15 to shoot. Jab steps, takes it to the elbow, kicks it back into the corner, wide and out of bounds of Chris Williams. Been entirely too many of those for OCU today. Score remains 58-57. 6:15 to play. Carnes inside to Bowling. Steps out to the elbow on Chrisman. Top of the circle, Kennedy, 15 to shoot. Falls down with the basketball and calls a timeout. Had it knocked free, went to the ground to get it. Managed to get a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by JBU. John Brown's three-point percentage is not something pretty to look at, just 5 out of 19. In fact, they have not made a three in the second half. OCU is 9 of 21. They've nailed 5 out of 8 in the second half. Rebounds are all even at 22. JBU leading points in the paint, 26-20. Each team with 11 assists in the game. OCU with a 1-point lead at 58-57, 6:07 to play. Grabliauskas throws it to Carnes. Left side, puts his shoulder down, gets to the foul line, picks it up, hands to Grabliauskas, and he's bumped and fouled by Darion Willies, and that's 4 on Willies. Team foul 10. It'll be a double bonus for JBU and Rokas Grabliauskas. Vinay Patel may choose to leave Darion Willies in the game as Grabliauskas gets the roll on the first. He's got 5 points in the game. Basically just let Willies play this out, and he could be the first one to foul out should the pattern continue. Grabliauskas makes the second, and JBU goes back on top 59-58. And we have a stoppage, and what's the deal here? Jason Beshta talking to one of the officials at midcourt. Caudle may have some blood on him. 5:57 to play, second half, 59-58 is the John Brown lead now. So they've got Caudle taken care of. And we're back to play.
Got a bunch of gauze in his right nostril.
Mark Howell on the dribble, flips it to Willies. Darion puts his shoulder down, commits an offensive foul, and he's fouled out.
Well, Andrew, you figured that he was going to stay in to be the first to potentially foul out, and it took about 10 seconds.
So Willies fouls out with 2 points. He's got 1 rebound and 2 assists. So JBU with the ball and a 1-point lead with 5:45 to play. Jake Caudle to the left side, Josh Bowling. Left low post to Bailey, backing in on Anthony Davis. Jump hook in the lane is good. Quentin Bailey can't miss.
A soft touch reminiscent of another New Zealander here in Oklahoma, of course, Steven Adams.
Mark Howell hands it to Chris Williams, drives right corner. Chrisman rises up for 3, and he hits it.
Now he's back to normal.
Elijah's got 11. It's a tie game at 61. Grabliauskas on the dribble on the volleyball attack line, defended by Chris Williams. Takes it over to the left side, switched off on by Davis. Across the floor to Bowling. Josh finds a lane, goes to the rim. His shot was partially blocked by Chris Williams. It goes in anyway, and a foul called. Count the basket for Josh Bowling. So Chris gets a foul, his third. Bowling has a chance for a 3-point play. 2 of 2 today, 90% on the year. Makes a foul shot. He's got 11, and JBU is up 3, 64-61 with 4:54 to play. Williams across the floor to Eric Watry, who's back in the game. To Trae Bryant, in the lane to Williams, spins, leans in, fouled by Kennedy. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll have 2 shots. Second on Kennedy. Chris Williams is 3 of 4 today. Hits the first. Williams hits the second. He's got 15. It's a 1-point JBU lead at 64-63. Quickly into Bailey. Spins to his left. Left-hand jump hook. Crawled off. He's finally missed. Trae Bryant on the dribble for OCU. Back to Chris Williams, top of the key right. Drives it right. Spins left. Stumbles and call for traveling. The jacket is off of Vinay Patel. He wants an acknowledgement that Chris Williams was tripped on the drive. Won't get that with 4:19 left. JBU with the ball and a 1-point lead. Bailey, defended by Anthony Davis, who has 4 fouls. Hands it off to Grabliauskas, fakes the 3. Davis switches off onto him, gets his hands down, and he's fouled out. You could see that one coming a mile away. Grabliauskas probably knew that AD had 5 fouls and went right at him. 4:06 left, and Eric McCollum, who has 4 fouls, is back in. If McCollum fouls out, basically you're operating with Elijah Chrisman at the 5. Grabliauskas missed the first foul shot. It rolls off. He'll have 1 more. This is the double bonus. 4:06 left, 64-63 JBU. Grabliauskas makes the second. He's got 7 points. The last 5 of them have come at the foul line. Chris Williams on the right side, crosses over, drives right, gets to the baseline, lays it in. They'll call a foul on the floor on Grabliauskas. For Grabliauskas, just his first. That's team foul number 9 on JBU, so this is a 1-and-1 for Chris Williams. And it pinballs around and in for Chris Williams. Got the friendly bounce there. So he has another to try to tie the game. Makes the second. One of the JBU students made their way down the sideline to try to distract Chris Williams. Tie game at 65 with 3:50 to play. Grabliauskas to Josh Bowling, defended by Joe Clark. Tried to slip it to Bailey, couldn't do it. Out to Kennedy. One dribble picks it up. To Bowling on the left wing. Drives on Clark to the foul line. Pull-up jumper. They're going to call an offensive foul on Josh Bowling for a push-off. There wasn't much there, just his first foul. It's team foul 10, but no foul shots on the offensive foul. OCU has it back with a chance to retake the lead. Grabliauskas is out. Ira Perrier is in. So who's the primary ball handler? You'd assume it'd be Jake Caudle for John Brown now. Chris Williams on the right wing. Jab steps a couple of times. Now drives right. Lost it, got it back. Out to Watry. Around left side into the corner, Trae Bryant. Bryant stumbles, keeps his footing. Out to Watry, 12 to shoot. Around to Clark, attacks it right. Up and under layup is good at the rim for Joe Clark. He's got 6, and OCU has the lead at 67-65, 3:07 to play. Quentin Bailey head of the circle. Defended by McCollum, takes him on the drive, gets to the rim and lays it in. A glancing blow on Eric Watry, who tried to set up for a charge, but that was not bought. Good no call there. And Quentin Bailey now has 18 points, a career high. It's a tie game at 67 and a timeout taken by JBU.
That's the first time we've seen Bailey do anything like that. Usually it's just catch within 5 feet of the rim, turn and shoot. That time starting at the perimeter and going all the way to the basket for the game-tying bucket.
When your confidence is soaring the way Bailey's is, you feel like you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah, this is a guy who next year, with the departure of Caudle and Bowling, will obviously have a much elevated role and really coming on strong here at the end of his junior year. And I'd imagine a bit of a confidence boost heading into a senior year. Of course, they've still got games to play after tonight, but next year certainly will be a much larger part of this offense and team.
Each team shooting just above 50%. JBU is 24 of 45. OCU is 23 of 45. Stars have doubled up John Brown on threes. OCU's made 10 of 22 threes. JBU just 5 of 19. They have not made a three in the second half. John Brown outscoring OCU at the foul line 14-11, but both teams have shot foul shots very effectively. Tie game at 67. OCU with the ball out of the timeout with 2:54 to play. Trae Bryant, Chris Williams, Eric Watry, Joe Clark, and Eric McCollum on the floor for OCU. Bryant veers left, throws it back to the right to Williams. Jab steps, shot fakes, one dribble to Watry. Around to the left side, Bryant drives the left baseline, leans in and throws it away. Intercepted by Carnes. He tried to skip it into the right corner to Chris Williams, and JBU has it in a tie game. Jake Caudle, left side, drives into the middle, hangs in the air out to Kennedy. Right corner Bowling, shot fakes, two dribbles, nearly threw it away. It's going to go out of bounds off Joe Clark. Instead of trying to go after it, Bowling just shielded Clark away and let it trickle out of bounds. Back to John Brown, 14 to shoot. In it comes to Grabliauskas, who got a short break and is back in. Now Carnes, right side beyond three. Drives on McCollum, bounces off. Out to Caudle, takes it to the foul line. A contested jumper missed well short. Caudle hit the deck, no whistle, and OCU has it. Trae Bryant to Joe Clark, right side. Right wing, Chris Williams. Guarded by Carnes on a switch, 21 to shoot. To the left side, Watry, back to Williams. Jab steps, rises up, shoots for three, and it's too short. And the rebound to Jake Caudle with 1:52 left. Still a tie game at 67. Grabliauskas gets a screen to his left. Chris Williams gets over it. 17 to shoot. To Caudle, right side. Guarded closely by Watry. Takes him on the drive. Reached in on and fouled. It'll be two shots for Jake Caudle in the double bonus. Second on Watry. Jake Caudle will shoot two to try to break the tie with 1:35 to play. Each team has 3 timeouts left. Caudle makes the first.
0 for 5 from the floor here in the half. Really, OCU's done a good job bottling him up, not getting much space. Doesn't need much space to operate, but they've made some nice adjustments here to keep him a bit quiet in the second half.
Stars run some subs in. Elijah Chrisman and Mark Howell back in. Joe Clark, Trae Bryant go out. Ira Perrier's back in for JBU. And Grabliauskas sits down. Caudle's second is also good. Nothing but foul shots for Jake Caudle in the second half. He has 17 points for the game. 69-67 with 1.5 minutes to play. John Brown with the lead. OCU with the ball. Eric Watry on the dribble to Chris Williams, top of the key, shoots for three. He got it through contact. Williams has 20 and OCU's on top by a point. 1:15 to play. And a timeout taken by John Brown. You mentioned John Brown's, I don't know if I want to say deficiencies, but inability to put games away in the late stages. OCU has had quite a bit of experience in close games, maybe not as in dramatic fashion, but they have erased double-digit leads throughout the season. They've done that again today as JBU had as much as an 11-point lead in this game. 3 times in conference play, OCU's come back from double digits down to win. Minute 12 to play, an eternity left. For the moment, OCU has the lead at 70-69.
John Brown's last 6 losses, 5 of them by 5 points or less. That includes 3 one-point losses.
Grabliauskas on the dribble, hands it off to Cottle, comes up to the top of the circle, bounces it to Kennedy, and will have a foul on Chris Williams. Will send Jake Cottle back to the line for 2. That's 4 on Chris Williams. OCU is not excited about the prospect of overtime with their foul situation. Jake Cottle, perfect at the line today. Makes the first. He's got 18. Tie game at 70. One more for Jake Cottle. And he missed offside rim. McCollum gets the rebound. A rare miss. Remains a tie game, and OCU will dribble into the front court and use a full timeout with exactly a minute to play. A tie game at 70. The Stars were in this very situation yesterday. Elijah Chrisman broke a tie with 28 seconds left with a contested 3 on the left wing. There's a lot more basketball to play after that happened, but that was the big play down the stretch of that game yesterday.
And he was on the bench, but hard to tell through the huddle if he's among the 5 getting ready to hit the floor now. I believe he is.
Yeah, both teams will go a little defense for offense down the stretch. You've seen Grabliauskas and Perrier switching off for JBU. Grabliauskas on offense. Stars will presumably do the same thing. They like to have Eric Watry and Joe Clark on the floor for defense. Watry will stay out there for offense, but a lot of times they'll switch Joe off for Elijah. Conference tournament championship is at stake. Automatic bid means a lot more for OCU than it does for John Brown, but JBU, with a couple of 4-year players in the rotation, would love to get a conference tournament championship for their final season.
That's something Coach Best has said with us last night at the end, just goals step by step, and this would be something that would mean a lot to him and his team.
24 on the shot clock. OCU inbounds. Mark Howell has it to Elijah, top of the circle. Floats it back to Howell, left side. Turned away, top of the key, Williams. A contested 3 by Williams is way short. Fight for the rebound. Elijah gets it, hangs in the air out to Williams. Another chance for OCU. Left corner, Watry out to Howell. Still about 17 seconds between the game and shot clock, but OCU can run another play. Williams guarded by Kennedy, right side. Hesitates, kicks it right corner to Chrisman. Elijah steps back, hands it back to Williams, driving right to the baseline, fouled by Densier Carnes. Double bonus applies for Chris Williams, 28.2 seconds left. So Chris Williams can have a chance to give his team the lead, and then the Stars will have to defend. Shoots the first, makes it. OCU has a 71-70 advantage.
So they took the lead with 28.7 seconds last night. They're in front with 28.2 seconds tonight. We'll see if it ends up being the go-ahead score.
And again, that means the shot clock will be off for JBU. Williams' second is good. And a timeout. Or no timeout. Each team has 2 left. JBU will not use one at this point. In it comes to Grabliauskas. We'll see if they dribble into the front court and use one with a few seconds left. Bowling has it left side. Backdoor pass to Cottle, and a foul on OCU on Eric Watry on the cut, and Cottle is down under the basket. He's going to get back up, but he's slow to do so. That is not a call you usually see. An off-the-ball foul on a cut, and boy, Caudle is really limping now. He'll have 2 shots, and they'll give him a good amount of time to try to walk it off before he steps to the free throw line, as they should. With 19.9 seconds left, get a towel out to clean up where he fell down under the basket.
I was going to say the odds of Caudle not taking these free throws about 0.01%.
Right. Even injured, he's a better foul shooter than most. He missed on his last trip. Went 1 for 2. He has to make both to tie it. The first one is on the way and good. He has 19 points and has not made a field goal in the second half. JBU has not made a 3 in the second half. Caudle's second. Pinball's out, no good. Offensive rebound, Josh Bowling. Retreats with 17 seconds left. Spins, takes it to the baseline, backs away, leans in, got a defender in the air, and a foul on OCU's Joe Clark with 12.6 seconds left, and now Josh Bowling has a chance to give his team the lead at the foul line.
I mean, it was just complete chaos for JBU, and Bowling was going to force a shot up, and that was literally the one thing that could not happen for OCU.
Bowling at the line, makes the first. It's a tie game. He's got 12. He's now 4 of 4 foul shooting. 12.6 seconds left, a tie game at 72. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And again, there is no advance the basketball rule in men's basketball, so they'll be going the length of the floor, will OCU, presuming Josh Bowling makes this foul shot, and he does. JBU uses a timeout, and it's a full. So this will be off a timeout with OCU down a point. Last time on this floor between these two, a length of the floor driving layup by Mark Howell as time expires to give OCU the win. And that was not off a timeout. There was no chance for the defense or the offense to set. Vinay Patel, Ryan Litzinger, Boston Hudson all huddled up, along with John Ellis, the assistant coaches for OCU, before giving the players the plan. Jason Beshta sitting down with his team.
Yeah, and reading that game recap, the quote from Coach Patel was, at first I wanted the timeout, realized we have not executed well off timeouts, and so we let them go, and they executed perfectly.
We'll see what JBU will do defensively, if they'll try to press up, and at that point you give yourself the potential to be called for a foul. And it's been whistled very tightly here in the second half. JBU with a 1-point lead and 12.6 seconds left.
Now, I know Chrisman's been clutch. He's been the hot hand, but this is just me. You've seen this team a lot more than I have. I'll be shocked if it's not Chris Williams taking this shot.
Williams inbounds to Trae Bryant. 10 seconds left. Bryant jogs it up the floor, 8 seconds. Veers to his left, goes right to the rim and lays it in. It's Trae Bryant putting OCU on top, and a timeout JBU. Yeah, they ran a decoy. They ran Chris Williams to the left corner as a decoy. Kind of the same thing they did against John Brown last time, except it was Mark Howell, the ball handler, got right to the rim. They ran Chris Williams from the right side along the baseline over to the left corner, and nobody was home, and Trae Bryant has a quick first step. He got to the rim, but there's still lots of time left for JBU. 4 seconds to play. They will be going the length of the floor off the inbound. And they will be able to run the baseline, which is important because the last time between these two, one of the key mistakes for John Brown, they tried a tricky inbound play where the inbounder threw it on the baseline out of bounds to another inbounder on a stationary situation and turned it over on an inbound violation.
Trae Bryant, 13 points today. He's hit 5 shots, and each one of them has been important for different reasons. Beating the shot clock, beating the halftime buzzer, and right now a huge go-ahead bucket going right down the lane.
One thing the Stars can ill afford to do now is commit a foul, because JBU, as we know, is one of the best foul-shooting teams in the nation. And that's one of the last things that you see some of the players telling their teammates on the floor, no fouls. Grabliauskas, Kennedy, Bowling, Caudle, and Carnes for JBU. Stars go full court on defense, 4.6 seconds left. Grabliauskas, the inbounder. He has the basketball. He can run if he wants. In it comes to Bowling, 3 seconds left. Guarded by Clark. Takes it to half court. Dribbles to the three-point line. A floater at the buzzer. Skips off. No good. OCU is your conference champion, and they'll go to the national tournament with the automatic bid.
Now, if you'd asked Coach Beshta that Josh Bowling's going to have an open look from the right elbow to win the conference title, I'm sure he'd take it every time, and it was just a little bit offline to the left.
Certainly got what they wanted. Bowling put on a great move on Joe Clark, got away from him. Joe couldn't foul, so that wasn't an option. He had to basically just allow him to go by. And Vinay Patel, hands on the top of his head. This has been a season full of adversity for this OCU team. Dealt with 2 season-ending injuries before the year even started. Lost a couple more players intermittently throughout the year. Started off in conference play losing 4 straight at one point. Then played their way back into second place in the conference before falling all the way back to 5th to end the year. And now a tournament championship and a 3-game sweep on the season of John Brown. We'll take a timeout. We'll look at the numbers for this one. We'll announce the all-tournament team and have a chat with Vinay Patel coming up in just a moment. Here from Abe Lemons Arena in the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament.
There's hundreds of fun and simple things you and your family can do to live a healthier lifestyle. Here's 20 of them. Walk to work, walk the dog, have the dog walk you, take a hike, take a bike, skate, dance, hop, jump, do the Humpty Hump, skip seconds, skip dessert, skip to my lube, don't skip breakfast, drink H2O, lower your sodium, raise the roof, shake your booty, stock up on vegetables, and don't forget to eat them. Search We Can online to find more ways you and your family can get healthy together. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
Every 20 seconds, another kid drops out of school. If we do nothing, 3.5 million kids won't receive a diploma over the next 4 years. United Way knows that kids who have a caring adult in their life are more likely to make it. And the difference between a dropout and a graduate could be you. Take the pledge to volunteer now at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human. And she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back at Abe Lemons Arena, OCU wins the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship with a 74-73 victory over John Brown. Trae Bryant with the go-ahead bucket with 4.6 seconds left. Josh Bowling with an open look to win it from the right wing. It skipped off the front of the rim, no good, and OCU takes the conference championship, tournament championship. The all-conference performers, Bremen Alexander from Panhandle State, Elijah Chrisman and Trae Bryant from OCU, Desmond Kennedy and Quentin Bailey from John Brown. The Hustle Award is Jake Caudle, and the tournament MVP is Chris Williams, who finished today with 22 points to lead all scorers in this one. The individual totals for John Brown, 4 players in double figures, led by Jake Caudle, who had 19 points but struggled in the second half, did not make a field goal in the second half, finished 5 of 14 from the floor and 2 of 7 on threes. He made 7 of 9 foul shots. Quentin Bailey had a career-high 18 points, 8 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 4 at the foul line. Josh Bowling, 13 points. Desmond Kennedy had 12 for JBU. Rokas Grabliauskas with 7. Densier Carnes, Luke Harper had 2 apiece. 5 rebounds for Carnes. OCU had the rebound edge at 26-24. 4 rebounds for Grabliauskas for JBU. Caudle, Perrier, and Luke Harper each had 3 boards. Quentin Bailey, Josh Bowling 2 apiece. That's big, holding Josh Bowling to having just 2 rebounds in the game as well. He did have 4 assists. So did Grabliauskas for JBU. Quentin Bailey 2 steals. Desmond Kennedy 2 steals. Densier Carnes had a block shot. As a team, JBU with 6 steals, 1 block, 13 turnovers, 12 assists on 24 made baskets, 24 of 46, 52% shooting from the floor, 5 of 19 on threes, including 0 for 6 in the second half, 26% from 3, and 20 of 26 at the foul line. OCU, Chris Williams led the way with 22 points, shot 5 of 13 from the floor, but 9 of 10 at the line. Trae Bryant had 13 points. He had the go-ahead bucket with 4.6 seconds left. Elijah Chrisman, 3 of 4 3-point shooting today for 11 points. Eric Watry, 9. Eric McCollum, Joe Clark, 6 apiece. Anthony Davis had just 3. Mark Howell and Darion Willies, 2 apiece. Joe Clark was the leading rebounder with 5. Eric McCollum, Chris Williams, and Elijah Chrisman, 4 apiece. Watry, Davis, and Howell each had 2. Watry led the way in assists with 3, but the Stars had 4 other players with 2. Chris Williams, Trae Bryant, Joe Clark, and Darion Willies each had 2. In fact, Anthony Davis was the only player today who did not record an assist. Everyone else had at least 1. So good sharing of the basketball again by OCU today. Chris Williams stuffed the stat sheet today with 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. Also 2 steals for Joe Clark. Eric McCollum had a block shot as well. The Stars as a team, 6 steals, 3 blocks, 17 turnovers, 13 assists on 25 made baskets, 25 of 49, 51% shooting, 11 of 25 on threes, and 13 of 15 at the foul line. JBU led points in the paint 32-24. The Stars led points in the paint 16-12. OCU also with an 8-4 second chance point advantage, 6-4 in fast break points, and 32-16 off the bench. This was a back and forth affair the whole way. We had 11 ties and 12 lead changes. John Brown led by as many as 11. OCU by as many as 9. JBU led for 20 minutes. OCU led for 14 minutes. The game was tied for just under 6 minutes of action today. And again, another come-from-behind victory for OCU. They did it 3 times in the conference regular season, coming back from double digits to win. They do it again today here in the conference tournament championship. Erase an 11-point second-half lead by John Brown with 3 minutes gone by in the second half. JBU led by 11. OCU comes back, and they win it 74-73 over JBU. Fun game today.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. It was a pleasure to watch from start to finish. Congratulations to Coach Patel, his first conference tournament championship since taking over, first for the school since 2013. And both teams played extremely well. Both shot over 50%. Both rebounded well. Both protected the defensive glass. Both had about the same amount of turnovers on the day, but OCU just made clutch shots when they need them the most. A few by Trae Bryant, some Elijah Chrisman big threes, as he has done all throughout the conference tournament. And for John Brown, obviously they are likely to go to the national tournament, but certainly a heartbreaker for them. And both tournament champions today showing that, it is possible to beat a team 3 times in 1 year.
Among the participants in the celebration inside the three-point arc as OCU cuts down the nets is OCU alum Chris Harrison, who is, of course, host of The Bachelor as well as several other network television productions. Played soccer here at OCU. Spent some time as a news reporter at Channel 9 here in Oklahoma City, and currently having his picture taken with Vinay Patel. So that's fun. I don't know if it matters much, but it's fun.
I think the basketball team is fine with getting pieces of a net instead of a rose.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Eric McCollum up cutting down his piece of the net. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. Eventually we'll get Vinay Patel over here, but we'll let him cut down the net first. And we'll be back in just a moment here from Abe Lemons Arena, the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship.
There's hundreds of fun and simple things you and your family can do to live a healthier lifestyle. Here's 20 of them. Eat less, eat slower, eat smarter, eat your fruits and veggies. Stop eating before you're full. Up your fiber, lower your calories, get off the bus early, do some gardening, do jumping jacks, take the stairs, take 1, not 2, take on a new sport, take a long walk home, walk instead of drive, bend, stretch, reach for the stars, climb the monkey bars, skip the fudge bars. Search We Can online to find more ways you and your family can get healthy together. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait.
Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, smile.
Smile, buddy.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. You know how boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's not ticklish.
You think maybe he's scared of the dog?
Maybe he'll outgrow it. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe he just doesn't like smiling.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs or see a doctor today for an autism screening. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better. And it can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, sweetie, what's going on?
Well, honey, I have some news.
Okay, what?
All that training paid off. I got the job.
Oh, I knew you would get it. So when do you start?
When you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I don't know how to talk like a parent. Don't make me come back there. You see what I mean? It's pretty awful. Try it again. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That one kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is that?
Oh, it's my time machine.
Does it work?
Sure, just hit this button.
Whoa, dinosaurs. Cool.
Or we can go here.
Hey, that's Napoleon.
Oui.
Or we can go to the future.
Wow, hey, you have this nice house. Do I have a nice house?
No, you didn't save any money, always spent it on vacations and stuff.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and correct that bad habit.
Yep.
Okay, the time machine is not real, but the saving thing is. Get in the habit of putting some of your money in savings each week through a 401k, savings account, or financial investments. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy tips on saving, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
What does this crazy little button do?
Wait, no!
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We're back here at Abe Lemons Arena after the conference tournament championship. OCU wins 74-73 over John Brown here with Coach Vinay Patel. And, Coach, you brought the net over with you. You probably brought all the leftover Gatorade from the locker room over with you. How you feeling after this win?
I'm just so happy for these guys. This has been a hard year for everybody with the injuries, with the ups, with the downs, with the backups again. And just to cap this thing off like that, I'm so happy for those kids in the locker room because that's what it's about. This is the experience that we sell in recruiting, is a chance to play for something special. And I was telling you the other day, hey, it's our third straight year that the kids in that locker room get to play for something special. And I'm just so excited that they figured out a way. It wasn't a pretty game by any means, but they figured out a way again to get the job done. So the feeling I have right now is just excitement for these guys, because there's guys that have never been on that ladder and cut a piece of net down, and to me that's the most fun thing. That's what you go through all the pain for. That's what you go through everything for throughout a season, is an opportunity to do that, and I was so excited for them to get a chance to finish it off.
Very similar situation to the last time you played John Brown here on this floor. They come off a made foul shot with a 1-point lead. This time you were out of a timeout going the length of the floor. But for the second straight time, kind of used Chris Williams as a decoy and let the point guard do everything. And Trae Bryant was the one that got the go-ahead bucket today. Talk us through kind of the development of that last play.
Well, with about a minute to go, it's tied. And I leaned down over to my staff, and I just said, for once, can we not be in this position? I mean, 4 years here, I feel like almost every game is down to the last minute. You might as well just fast forward to the end. So we had a chance to take the lead with a minute to go. We ran a play for Chris, and it was heavily contested. Everybody was chasing him. So then when we had a chance to do it there at the end, Trae is such a good individual one-on-one guy. I think he's one of the hardest guys on our team to defend, and he's still getting healthier and healthier. So, a lot of us haven't got to see all of his skills, and I've been telling you how good a player that he is. So we kind of went and just really sent Chris off a few screens on the baseline and figured everyone was going to be so worried about him. And then we sent Elijah the other way because he's been shooting the ball so well, which just opened everything up for Trae to drive to the rim. And that's what the play was. I mean, it was just a straight-up go get you a bucket, Trae. And he did that. And thank goodness we got a stop to finish it off at the end.
Chris Williams named the tournament MVP. He's your leading scorer for the second straight day. He had over 20 points and a big day at the foul line again. Last night he made 11. Today he makes 9 out of 10. Doesn't shoot the ball particularly well over the last 2 games, but finds a way to score over 20 points and be the team leader.
Well, he's going to draw everyone's best defender right now because, we've been so banged up. Our lineups have been so sporadic, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how to keep us out of foul trouble. So it's just been difficult for him because we're just running so many guys in and out. And he's getting the main focus every single night, and so that affects, his shooting percentage. But you're not going to hear me complain one bit about that because you're going to hear me continue to say on the sideline, keep shooting the ball because I told you, the other day that's his job is to shoot the basketball for us. And he's an extremely gifted player offensively. He's getting better every day defensively. I challenge him extremely hard, and I've been really hard on him this season because we knew early he was going to have to lead this team offensively, and at times he didn't know how to do it, and he's gotten better. I've been proud of him for really taking my crap a lot because I have been really hard on him, especially these last probably 3 or 4 weeks, and he's figured out how to play, especially for me, when I'm ranting and raving like I do at times. And, he's just been so good. He's trying to be a great teammate all the time. You see him clapping on the floor. You see him encouraging guys. If you're anywhere near our bench, if I get onto a kid in the game or in practice, Chris is the first one trying to encourage him and tell him, hey, you're okay. And he's figuring that stuff out. And that's been the growth of him this season because early he didn't talk that much, and now he's trying more and more. So, he's been great for us, and so have a lot of other guys on this team. And Eric Watry, I keep bragging on him, but we continue to put him on the other team's best player to give them fits, and he's done such a great job. And Mark Howell has done a great job and had a fantastic season for us. And then you got to continue to brag on Elijah Chrisman in the year he's had as a senior, as a third-year player for us. Again, shot the ball well. Misses 1-3 in 3 conference tournament games. Yeah. Goes 4 for 4, 5 for 5, and 3 of 4 tonight. So, I'd say he had a phenomenal tournament.
Took him 5 halves to finally miss from 3. He ends up with 11 points, and really just an all-around good game for him as well. He also had 4 rebounds. He played some good defense as well today. He was definitely a plus for you on the floor throughout this whole tournament.
I think so, and it's just a testament to the work that he's put in. I'm very hard on Elijah, and I know what I sound like because I'm probably saying that about every kid, but I am very hard on Elijah, especially defensively, and he's getting better. He's gotten a lot better since he first came here, and that's really what kept him off the floor the last 2 years. And for him to figure it out a little bit has gotten him on the floor even more. I thought Joe Clark and Eric McCollum did a great job defensively, Scooter cleaning up the glass, and Joe made some big plays defensively, got some deflections, got some steals, had a foul there at the end, and I was just – and that's what we always say. If you make a mistake, somebody else make up for it. And, he fouled at the end, and then Trae had his back and got a basket to get it back. So, I was glad it worked out like that. It was a total team effort. I mean, we played, 9, 10 players, 10 minutes or more. So, that's what we built this team to do. We don't think there's a lot of drop-off when we go into that bench. And now I'm excited about that moving forward and getting a chance to play in Kansas City.
Jake Caudle, no field goals in the second half. He finished with 19 points. He had 13 of those before halftime. And also Josh Bowling in the first half only had 2 points. And you kept Josh off the glass, too. He only had 2 rebounds in the game. What was kind of the defensive mindset against those 2 guys who were such prolific scorers for them?
Well Caudle, that's what when we worked on our prep. We talked a lot about him. Obviously, he's their leading scorer. But I've got to coach against him for 4 years, so he's busted us for 4 years. I can't say enough positive things about him. He has been great for our conference, and I'm so excited for John Brown. to play in Kansas City, because I think they have a team that can make a run as well. And, Jake's done a great job for 4 years. So has Bowling. And you've just seen their game grow within their system. And so they're hard to defend, and for us, it's Eric Watcher, hey, just stick with them, and bust through screens. And if somebody switches, don't let them get a shot off. That's what we're trying to say more than anything. Make them go finish at the rim if we're going to, give up some baskets to him. And same thing with Josh Bowling. For us, our scout on him was he's not only a great shooter, but he's a great driver. He leads their team in free throw attempts, and that was our concern, was him driving so much. So we tried to keep more athletic players on Bowling, and we went with Joe Clark down the stretch on him a lot because Joe Clark's our most athletic guy. So, we kind of rolled the dice going a little bit smaller there with Joe, but, Joe did a great job on him, I thought. And then we did it by committee because, AD got to guard him for a little bit. Darion got to guard him for a little bit. Elijah got to guard him for a little bit. And then we just did it by committee. So really proud of the guys for figuring out how to do it because, we held them under their average. I've been really harping on defense down the stretch. Panhandle State, we gave up 92 and 90 the first 2 times we played them, held them to 69, and then held John Brown to 73. So, I thought our defense is the reason that we got to cut down the nets today throughout this conference tournament because we got some stops even at Langston against teams that we just did not do a great job against over the season.
So you don't have to worry about this much anymore because you've played your way off the bubble, got the automatic bid to the national tournament. And I got to imagine just for you psychologically looking at the next couple of weeks, that's a big relief for you because the schedule works out to where you have to wait a week and a half or almost 2 weeks before the pairings are announced. So getting this win, you don't have to sit here and wring your hands about whether or not you're going to be picked to get into the tournament. You've made it in. Yeah, we're excited about that. Personally, as a coach, I thought we had a fairly good shot to get in with an at-large, but it's always good to get an automatic. For us, what's even better is it gives us a chance to heal up. Yeah. I think when we get Trae Bryant at 100%, you're starting to see glimpses of it now. AD, he's getting better each game, but, we got some guys that are still getting better and better. 2 weeks to give this team a chance to get healthy and start figuring some other things out. I think we got a shot to make a run in Kansas City, and hopefully we can. You never know. You got to get out of that first round, and I'm anxious now, obviously, right away to figure out who we're going to play. But there's a big wait, so we're going to work on ourselves, which is what I always like to do. Give the guys a couple days off to rest their bones a little bit and then get back after it and figure out who we play and take it a day at a time. All right, Coach, congratulations on a tournament championship and a trip to Kansas City for the national tournament, and good luck to you in Kansas City. Thanks, sir. That's head coach Vinay Patel of the OCU Stars after the 74-73 victory for OCU here in the conference tournament championship. They defeat Langston on the road on Tuesday night in the first round of the conference tournament. Come back here, avenge 2 losses in the regular season to Oklahoma Panhandle State, with a dramatic win in that one, and get another dramatic win over JBU to finish things off and get the tournament championship today, completing a 3-game sweep of John Brown throughout the regular season and the postseason. They got a win on the road at JBU, convincing fashion early on in the conference season, and then come back here at home and erase a double-digit lead, get the win at the buzzer on a Mark Howell 3. And here in the conference tournament, erase an 11-point second-half lead by JBU to win 74-73. We've had a lot of fun here in the conference tournament. Myself and Alex Friedman calling the action here the last couple of days, the semifinals and the finals, and we've had some really good basketball in front of us these past 2 days.
Yeah, especially today. 2 great championships, and that's what you always hope for, and in theory what it should be when you narrow it down to the final 2. And, again, 2 teams that had a tough task, teams that you had already beat twice in the regular season to try and do it again. And each team was able to find a way to get it done, and essentially, for Wayland Baptist, a de facto road game here at OCU, and then OCU able to, the men's team able to rally here. And like you said, for Coach Patel, for him to be able to overcome everything that the roster issues that his team has had, as his whole front court was in foul trouble all day today, and found a way to get it done. Big shots, some big shot makers on this OCU team, and Just to echo what he said, I think both these teams have a good chance to make some noise in Kansas City and will likely represent the conference very well.
As far as conference representatives for the Sooner Athletic Conference, for the women's side, you'll definitely have Wayland Baptist and OCU. Both of those get the automatic bids. Potentially could have a third team in there for the women, maybe if USAO manages to sneak their way in with an at-large. But it very possibly could just be those two from the conference, OCU and Wayland Baptist. On the men's side, you got a chance to get as many as maybe 5 in the conference tournament, or in the national tournament, rather. We'll see. Obviously, Wayland will get in easily. OCU will have the automatic bid from the tournament championship, but you've got a lot of quality teams. JBU will be in the national tournament. USAO has a chance to sneak in with an at-large bid, so it could be 4 or 5 from the men's side in the national tournament in Kansas City.
I think Langston will be an interesting case.
Yep.
They got off to such a great start this year and really faded down the stretch. So we'll see how the committee views that, if it is that whole body of work, as they like to say, or if it's more of what have they done lately.
So the selections for the women's national tournament will be this coming week. The men will wait one more week to hear the selections and the pairings for their national tournament, as the tournaments will stagger now. Women's tournament will take place 1 week prior to the men's, which will be good for school media and sports information, that sort of thing, to be able to not have to worry about both tournaments at the same time if both their men's and women's teams are in. But as far as the individual men's teams are concerned, this is a long time off before the national tournament, in between the conference tournaments. So pay attention to SoonerAthletic.org and all the individual school websites as far as whether or not your team has made it into the conference tournament, or rather the national tournament after the conference tournament today. We've got 2 champions now from the Sooner Athletic Conference, Wayland Baptist on the women's side, Oklahoma City on the men's side. Thanks for joining us this weekend for Sooner Athletic Conference basketball. And for my partner, Alex Friedman, I am Andrew Himes, signing off from Oklahoma City. Thanks for joining us this weekend, and enjoy the rest of it. We're saying good night from Oklahoma City.